Selena Gomez comes out against ICE. Welcome to PopPlug. Let's plug you in.
Let's get plugged in.
Only people are getting attacked. The children. I don't understand.
Selena Gomez is not staying quiet anymore, and the internet is paying attention. While a lot of celebrities are choosing to sit this one out, post a vague quote, or say absolutely nothing at all, Selena is doing the opposite. She is speaking up, taking action, and putting her name behind an issue that has people angry, emotional, and divided right now. And yes, it involves ICE. Over the past few days, conversations around immigration and ICE have been blowing up everywhere. Social media is tense, families are scared, and communities are demanding answers. In the middle of all that noise, Selena Gomez stepped forward in a way that feels very on brand for her. And all of it feels so emotional, personal, and very intentional, but also grounded in real care for the people being affected. What people are seeing isn't some random hot take or a polished statement from a publicist, but Selena using her platform to support families hit by the ICE raids and to show up for people who are scared and hurting right now. What makes this moment even louder is the silence from so many other famous faces. You would think with all the power, money, and platforms in Hollywood, more celebrities would be out here saying something, but most of them are not. They are posting selfies, promoting brands, or acting like nothing is happening. Selena, on the other hand, is choosing to get uncomfortable and people are noticing. Of course, people would say this and that. But to be fair, people can also see that Selena is not chasing attention or trying to trend. If anything, it is the opposite. Speaking out against ICE is not the safest move in the celebrity world. It comes with backlash, criticism, and the risk of being labeled as too political. But Selena has never really been the type to stay silent when something affects real people, especially when it connects to her own story and her own family history. This all really started way back in January when a video of Selena Gomez hit the internet and instantly went viral. In the clip, Selena was visibly emotional and fighting back tears as she reacted to what was happening to immigrant families during ongoing ICE operations. You could hear the pain in her voice as she spoke on the issue. But as quickly as the video went viral, the backlash followed. Some people accused her of being dramatic. Others told her to stay out of politics. A few even said she was using immigrant pain for sympathy. The comments were really mean, and within hours, fans had turned the moment into a full debate, and for a second, it felt like that might be the end of it.
Selena Gomez is facing backlash after saying this.
Only people are getting attacked. The children. I don't understand.
She has recently taken down the Instagram story of herself crying about immigrant raids. Selena has Mexican heritage and expressed her pain over Trump's deportation efforts that have ramped up since his inauguration, with ICE reporting nearly 1,000 arrests in a single day. The video has been replaced with a blank post saying, "Apparently it's not okay to show empathy for people," which was also later deleted. Criticism about the video has been insane, with Senate candidate Sam Parker tweeting, "Deport Selena Gomez."
I'm so sorry. I wish I could do something, but I can't. I don't know what to do. I'll try everything, I promise.
Right-wing critics have dismissed Selena's sentiments, labeling her out of touch and referring to those deported as criminals. Others told her to take actions instead of crying. Some fans have defended her, highlighting her activism and work on UNICEF campaigns.
Some fans couldn't understand why she was getting so much hate, with one saying, "Another celebrity speaks up, gets dragged, and quietly backs away."
I kind of find it a little bit, annoying how you guys are asking, where is Selena Gomez? Where is Selena Gomez? In regards to the ICE raids, when you guys sat up here on the internet, sided with Donald Trump and the White House into bullying this girl. You sided with your oppressors into bullying a girl who was talking about a real issue. Even though she was crying, she didn't articulate herself properly. You knew what she was doing. You knew that she was trying to bring attention to what was going on. And now, a month or two later, it's happening. And now you're asking, where's Selena Gomez? It's almost like she told you so. It's almost like you want to feel like you're better than everyone, and now you're still dragging her. This girl has made documentaries about the undocumented, and you guys ignore it. She's donated. She celebrates every year Hispanic Heritage Month, and you guys are still dragging her. Shut the fuck up.
Except, Selena did not back away. Instead of clapping back online or posting another emotional message, Selena did something very different. She moved from tears to action, and she did it through Rare Beauty. This is where the conversation shifted in a big way. Rare Beauty announced it would be offering free mental health resources to immigrants and their families affected by ICE operations across the United States. Now, this is not a discount code or a donation announcement with no follow-up, but actual free therapy sessions. The brand invited people to join Rare Chats, which are live sessions led by licensed mental health professionals. The message shared by Rare Beauty made it clear why they were doing this. They talked about how everything happening across the country was affecting emotional well-being and how checking in on mental health mattered more than ever. They went as far as explaining the fear, stress, anxiety, trauma, and other things immigrant families are quietly carrying every single day. During one of the sessions, Selena herself showed up and spoke directly to participants. She talked openly about the fear and uncertainty families are facing right now. At one point, she said she was praying for some sort of hope, and that line immediately took off online.
Listening to everyone, so I just want to end my part by saying I'm praying for. It doesn't even feel like I'm praying for some sort of hope, and I am just hoping that people out there are okay. And I love you guys so much, and we need a place to love each other and a space to feel all the feelings. So hopefully this will help. And with that, I'll pass it over to Judith. But thank you guys so much, and hopefully this will be great for everyone.
Thank you, Sal. Thank you so much for being here with us.
These therapy sessions were free to attend and guided by licensed professionals who helped families manage anxiety, cope with stress, and deal with trauma connected to immigration enforcement. Rare Beauty also made sure support did not end when the session was over. They shared multilingual mental health resources, community hotlines, and links to local support networks so families could keep getting help afterward. That part is important. This was not just a one-time moment. It was structured, thoughtful, and centered on real needs. Multilingual tools meant people did not have to struggle in a language they were not comfortable with. Community hotlines meant help was accessible beyond social media. And licensed therapists meant this was real care, not influencer advice. Online, people started to notice the difference. Many fans praised Selena for doing something tangible instead of stopping at words. More fans pointed out how rare it is to see a celebrity-backed brand pay for direct access to mental health professionals. Others talked about how meaningful it was to see immigrant voices centered and not talked over. Of course, not everyone was happy. Critics questioned whether a beauty brand should be involved in anything connected to immigration. But supporters pushed back hard, saying mental health support is not political. It is human. And that argument gained traction fast. This moment also connected back to what Selena has been saying for years. She has always said Rare Beauty was never just about makeup. It was about self-acceptance, emotional honesty, and creating safe spaces. This initiative made that message feel real in a way that cannot be ignored. While many celebrities stayed quiet or played it safe, Selena stepped into the discomfort and backed it up with action. And in a time when immigrant families are searching for support and stability, that choice is what set her apart and kept this story in the spotlight. And this is where everything starts to click, because Selena stepping in during the ICE situation is not a one-off move. It is part of a much bigger picture she has been building for a long time. The Rare Impact Fund was founded back in 2020, and since then, it has quietly grown into something massive. As of late 2025, the fund has raised over $20 million, with some reports saying the number is already past $30 million, heading into 2026. That money did not just come from one viral moment. It came from corporate partners, foundations, individual donors, and even 1% of every single Rare Beauty sale. Every lipstick, blush, and foundation purchase plays a small role in funding mental health access. And the reach is not small either. The Rare Impact Fund currently supports 30 nonprofit organizations across 5 continents. That work touches around 1.9 million young people every single year. That is nearly 2 million lives being impacted annually through school-based mental health programs, suicide prevention efforts, and community mental health resources. This is not just awareness. This is infrastructure. The long-term goal is even bigger. Selena has been clear that the mission is to raise $100 million by 2030. The focus is on expanding mental health services and education, especially in schools, where support is often limited or completely missing. When you look at it this way, the free therapy sessions for immigrant families feel less like a surprise and more like a natural extension of what Rare Beauty has always stood for. And this is where the cultural conversation around celebrity activism comes in. For years, people have complained that celebrities talk too much and do too little. Most of them would just make a post, share a hashtag, write a vague caption, and move on. That is their usual playbook. But Selena's approach feels different, and that is why it is hitting harder. Instead of asking people to just listen to her feelings, she is creating systems that help others survive theirs. She is using her brand, her money, and her platform to fund actual support. And in a time when trust in celebrity activism is low, that matters. What makes this moment even more powerful is the emotional arc behind it. We all saw Selena at the beginning. Tearful, overwhelmed, and clearly hurting as she watched what was happening to immigrant families. That video felt like helplessness in real time. Someone who cared deeply but could not fix everything with a post. Fast forward, and now we are seeing empowerment, not just for Selena, but for the people she is reaching. She is working to provide free access to licensed therapists, multilingual resources, community hotlines, and support that continues even after the headlines fade. That shift from pain to purpose is what people are responding to. It also reframes the conversation about what speaking out really looks like. Sometimes it is not about being the loudest voice online. Sometimes it is about building something that lasts. And in this case, Selena Gomez took a moment of public vulnerability and turned it into long-term impact. So guys, what's your take? Is Selena setting a new standard for what real action from celebrities should look like? Or is this moment going to fade while others stay silent? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you do not want to miss more hot celebrity news and deep dives like this, make sure to subscribe and follow PopPlug to stay plugged in.